Welcome, everybody, to our first episode of Mastered, a DBS competitive podcast. I am joined today
Sir,
by
here.
good old Jalil, and
What's up, guys? What's up?
yeah, we are longtime players of Dragon Ball. We kind of stopped playing a little bit.
Unks, if you would say. Unks.
Yeah,
Some
Unk
unks.
status. uh,
Grandpa Gohan's.
so yeah, we longtime players, and we pretty much want to get back into it just a little bit. We want to start a scene for it, and pretty much what we're trying to do here is company name is All in One Gaming Generation, and the whole premise is focusing on competitive players and making the competitive side of TCG and esports a legitimate thing to where we can turn it into a career for some people that want to fully pursue it. But overall, the essence of all this is just having some fun too at the end of the day, which I think all we need. But yeah, the nature of this
Oh, we're
podcast.
competitive. I want to win.
Oh
We all
yeah,
want to win, don't we? We all want to win.
100%. I mean, that's honestly like when I'm playing a game, that's literally most of the time what I want to do is just get better at it and see how far I can go.
How, yeah. And especially if you don't know the matchup, you're just sitting there, blind testing. Really blind testing. It's like, yo, what do all these cards do?
Oh yeah,
And, if you still catch that win, it's like, all right, I'm
the
him. I'm him.
the ghost testing, it goes crazy a little bit. I remember doing that when we were going to like events and stuff like that, just like so pressed.
For real. And I remember those hotel rooms we'd storm out. Those hotels we'd storm out and be like, yo, this deck is toxic. We really like doing this.
Yeah. Also, we have some pictures and stuff. I think in the editing part of this, we'll throw in some pictures of our past experience, some nats and stuff like that. Some people might recognize us. We were on Team 7 Star, if people do remember that, with good old Teague and Paul and all the other bunch. Great guys.
Yeah.
So,
Lovable crew.
but I definitely one thing that like I always loved about like the community is like the team aspect about it. Like whenever you went to an event, like there was always a team there with their team jerseys. And I think we fell victim into that, and that's why we started the Team 7 Star team.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, I think it pushed us to actually try very hard in winning instead of just going just to be a money sink. Um, Many times, some of us has have topped, and many times a lot of us has scrubbed. But that is the
Oh,
process.
for sure. Big on the scrub part. Big on the scrub part. Falling from grace is too short of a word.
Yeah, but like that high of like almost making it and then making it sometimes is just amazing.
You're sitting there at seat 18 and you win and you're wondering if you're gonna make it into top 16. It's like I think that rush of finally seeing that sheet and it's like, all right, did I make it? And then if you didn't make it, hey, it happens. But I want to know at Card Fest, I went crazy when I scrubbed into top 16. I was like, oh yeah, I'm him.
Yep.
Especially the rogue deck, nonetheless. Like a deck no one's thinking about.
Yeah,
It's definitely fun.
I think for me I was definitely a rogue player for sure.
And you're running around with that BMS,
Yes,
the only deck in the room. The only deck in the room, by the way.
for anyone that remembers me or anything like that, I think there might be a couple people, but yeah, I would always bring my own brew of Black Masayan, and every time I'd never top with it, but I would get so close because like the deck was never like super good. It was like right below all the other black decks. But that element of surprise kind of like helped me a little bit, but it was super hard to play, but it was super fun just like brewing your own like tech and seeing it like work because it worked in testing pretty well. Um, but when it came to like a random deck like Hatchiyak, it just like fell over itself. So,
Oh yeah,
but I don't know.
gonna
Now that
attack twice. So yeah, how are you gonna finish the game with the aggressive deck when you can attack 2 times each turn?
Oh
Yeah, you're
yeah.
little limited.
But yeah, maybe I might get back to the brewing on that too. But yeah, so a little bit more about ourselves. For me myself, I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years. Uh, so I have a very vast background in meeting a whole bunch of people and having to do a whole lot of things I didn't want to do. But experiences well worth it. And through those experiences, I did meet all the team and Jalil here. And it's been, how long has it been?
Oh my goodness. It's in that the big 25 now. I think it's like 2017, like 20 like because the game started in 2016 and I think like I started getting into it like at least set 1, most definitely set 2.
Yeah.
So like I think it was definitely 2016 when like we really started getting a little heavy into it. Set 2 was the set Union Force, I think that was the name of it. That was a set right there.
Yeah, whenever they came out with Black, that's when I really got hooked. Um, but I'll tell
I
the, I'll
think that
tell
was
the
set 3.
yeah, I think that was set 3. I'll tell the story about how I actually got into the game. Really quickly, and then we can tell your story about how you actually got into the game. And mine was a little bit different from just walking into a card store and then seeing the stuff on the shelves, and you're like, oh, this is a cool game, and you see people playing it. But for me, we were on a deployment in Japan, and we had to go on a ship in the Philippines. And I think this trip was for maybe around a month, and it got delayed. So I think we were pretty much there for like 2 months on the ship, something like that.
Mhm.
But we got to go out to these little shops and the mall and stuff like that. And out there's like nothing else to do besides like walk around, drink, and do nefarious things uh, at the late nights. So during the day, boy, there is nothing else to do besides that. But you're with like all your friends like on the ship too, so it made it worth it. So 9 times out of 10, we were like eating and walking around. But as we were walking around, we came across this video game shop, and it had like repairs of like phones. They had like SD cards and a whole bunch of like random things. So I think we saw like a Nintendo game or something like that in there, and we're like, oh, let's just check it out. And then on the shelves there, I saw this Dragon Ball case for it had like it was a set one leader. It was Cell, and then it was Broken Frieza, if you remember that one. It's like the
Oh, the
untapped ones.
Untapped 2 one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Untapped 2, get a River Frieza army, yep,
Yep.
Golden Frieza.
And me and Rod, which is another person on the team, which you guys probably will see on this podcast eventually on one of these days.
Hopefully soon.
Um, but yeah, I pretty much was like, hey, we have literally nothing else to do. We have literally all this money in our pockets because we can't spend it on anything else. Let's just like play this and bring it back to the ship and play it. So we buy it, we go about our days, we come back onto the ship, and on the ship we have like the little cupboard, like cubby beds to where 3 people are in like one little stall. So Roddy had the middle bed and I had a bottom bed, and we just start busting out the cards and we just start literally playing like on the bed. Like it was so awkward to play because you can't like sit on the bed and like sit up. Like when you get into bed, you are laying down. Like it is time to go to sleep if you lay down.
Oh, no.
And then yeah, he was interested in the Cell deck, so he was playing androids and stuff like that. And I think I was playing Frieza. I can't remember what other deck there was, but I feel like I was dabbling around with the other deck. But it probably was Frieza that I was messing around with. And all I could remember was like, my gosh, like you just played a 7-drop Cell and just take my hand. This is broken. Like,
And you just yeah, you just win. You just win.
so after that, we played like for the next 3 days that it turned into the rest of the trip that we were playing, and we were hooked. And then when we got back, we started looking for stores and stuff like that that held the game. And this was actually a time where there actually was events to be held. And this is why it's so crucial for events because it keeps people into the game. Like if there was no events when we got back from that ship, I don't think we would have ever kept playing. But because of that, here we are now. And that was my experience um, playing DBS and getting into the game.
Okay. So, how I got into the game. So, um, imagine me 2016, 2017, kind of like graduating high school, and I'm like getting into college. So, of course, like in like the college commons, like everybody's like kind of doing their own things in the transitions of classes. So, like our LGS, like was just big on Magic. Like it was Friday night Magic every Friday. But I went in there like on a Thursday one time, like after like classes. I was like, all right, let me see what's going on this Thursday after classes. And I see people are like playing Dragon Ball. I'm just like, whoa, this is a Dragon Ball card game. I haven't heard anything since like Panini. Like, and I didn't even play to Panini, but like people were just like, yeah, there was a Panini game, but now there's like Masters from Super.
Hold
And
on.
at the time, 2016, I wasn't even caught up on Super, but I had known about the story because like most of the time, you know about the story before you actually watch the actual episodes. So like I knew like Goku Black, like Zamasu, we were kind of in that arc, and this was like a little bit before the Tournament of Power, and I think that's when the game picked up so much traction. Was when Tournament of Power happened, and we got all those cards. Like it was so hype. But going to my LGS, and I think we're on like set 2 at the time because I didn't get to play set 1 because I didn't hear anything about the Goku leader or any of the Frieza leader or anything like that. But what really hooked me was like the price because like one thing you should know is college kids are broke.
Yep,
College kids are
100%.
broke, so like I wasn't
100%.
buying like too much, but they were like, yeah, draft boxes for $100. I was like, whoa, $100 for a draft box, and you got like a decent amount of packs. Like I think you got like 12 packs or something like that, but you got the 4 liters. And then you got those packs. And my college mates, we were buying the world out of those. We were just like, hey, trying to get a draft box. Like we got a draft box, we were opening them, and then like we would get these new cards from set 1 and 2, and I was like, yo, I'm trying to pull this SPR cell. Like I was riding that high. I was riding that high that I was gonna pull the SPR cell out of this draft box. And I think I ended up pulling it, but I think it was from like a LGS game. But like the draft boxes is what really like got me into it. Was just like, hey, this is pretty affordable. I can get a box, like 4 boxes like $400, but I can like spend that out over like the whole course of the month. But really got into it when set 3 came around. So like when you started getting into it, and then like we were all kind of playing in the same shop because that's of course how we met each other, was through the same shop. So like set 3 came around, and I was just like, and mind you, I think at time set 3, just to put a little bookmark, I think Sugash Super Combo was kind of running around. And I love that effect. Like Sugash, you did not know at the time what anyone was gonna play. Like
Shuges was a
it was just like it
menace.
could have been like Kaba, it could have been veggies, it could have been like regular Frieza package. And I think set 3 is when swap was a thing too. So like
Oh my gosh,
when
don't get
someone
me
pulled out a
started
Sugash
on
Super Combo,
don't get me started on
like
the
it
like
was,
swarm of veggies. Like, oh
yes,
my gosh.
like the aggressiveness, like people hated that deck. But I'm telling you, I enjoyed the fact that somebody would play Sugesh Super Combo, and I'm like, yo, what is he gonna play? Like, especially like turn 2, and like they're at 4 life. And well, I guess we weren't really at 4 life turn 2. That's kind of where we're at now. But like turn 3's 4. When you be on 4 life, you're like, all right, like what is bro playing? Like I saw him search for something, but like I don't know what he's playing yet. Because we're still like scrubs at the time, set 3. But I think I was playing uh TOP Frieza at that point. Like when that was when it was like really popular, where you could like Sugash and then go into like the 3 drop Goku to swap into the Gohan to draw 2. I was just like, oh yeah, this. And I think that was the big thing. Like from playing Magic, you can only have like 7, 8 cards in hand. So I was just like, hey, when they said no card limit, I was like, oh, I love this game already. And you just draw
Yeah.
so many cards. It's like, I feel like I have like a Bible, or like a literal Bible in my hand. It felt amazing.
Yeah, that is the
So
drawing is a big draw for like
yeah, like
enjoyability. Like no other game does that.
it's what I enjoyed. It's what I enjoyed so much. But now got on the team, met Chris. We had a wonderful time. I've topped a couple of events, like um pretty sure at the regional in Virginia, I got first place in like Swiss, and then I got like I wouldn't say I got net decked, but the sideboard that my opponent ran completely countered my deck like round one of day two. So I got cooked. I got cooked. But topped a couple events. I've been kind of playing the same leader when it comes to regionals. So, I've just been in love with the game ever since like the first two sets. And I think the biggest thing that I've enjoyed from the game was meeting everybody. Like I wouldn't have been able to meet Chris if it wasn't from this game. I wouldn't be able to be on Team 7 Star and met all those wonderful people from our LGS. So I think, and even having the events at our local LGS, having states and stuff, like we'd be able to like play against each other, see what we're at a competitive level, kind of check where we're at, and we've already like played with each other casually, and we're still pressed when we play casually. So
Yep,
taking the
pretty
fact that we're on
much.
this like podcast, so we definitely know how this game can get very aggravating at times, and we have definitely got on each other's nerves. Like to this day, I don't know how I survived the Gogeta Hero Revive meta, but if it weren't for y'all for calming me down, I definitely feel like I would have sold my deck like multiple times over. So thankful to you guys, and thankful to this game because I don't think any of this would have happened if it weren't for that. So it's probably just my look back there.
Yeah,
Nostalgia really kind of just brings a smile on your face,
it really
just
does.
looking back.
And didn't you? I think didn't you top at Nats with like Oob one time? Was that Nats?
No, it wasn't at Nets. It wasn't at Nets.
It was at another
No, I
regional
got
or
yeah, those are Virginia regional. Was with the Oob deck, that World Martial Arts, not the most recent Oob deck, but the World Martial Arts one when the game was a lot slower, when his
yeah,
leader would just activate main to take a life to put a card back into your hand. I'm pretty sure there's still a video up there of me scrubbing out the way that it did, but
yeah. But
it was definitely fun.
it was like a surprise. Like when you were at top tables, I just remember it vividly. Somebody was like, I heard someone over talking to somebody else. They're like, this guy's playing Oob. Ugh. And like they were just in utter disgust. But you were like doing your thing. You was really putting it on the table, my boy. You was really doing them in.
Yeah, like,
So,
hey, them promos really kicked that deck up. I was just like, wait, I can play Hercule Pan on turn two? Oh yeah, yeah, I'm playing this.
oh yeah. But yeah, good times, good times. We're gonna switch gears into talking about what we call the Great Divide of where we think from this all good nostalgia that we're talking about to the kind of like downturn of where DBS kind of like stopped being as popular, I guess. But I mean, before we get into that, want to give you guys I guess it's not a reminder if this is your first time hearing it, that we do host events in the Discord every Thursday, 7 p.m. So if you're trying to get your competitive edge on, come join us. And then we're pretty flexible on the time based on who joins us. So yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll be running some leagues and stuff like that when we get some more people. So stay tuned, and if you guys want it, we'll do it. But yeah,
Hope to
let's
see you
talk
there.
about. I'll go on. Sorry.
No, I was just saying we hope to see you there because yeah, I'm most definitely gonna love to see these new faces.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, the Great Divide. Um, what is your perception of where DBS kind of like fell?
Okay, I want you to know that I was a witness. I was a witness, so I can give you like a full on story. So, Gen Con, I think it was 2023. I can't remember when Fusion World came out, but you got to remember that we got that big little scope of Dragon Ball Masters getting like a web client. We were all playing Dragon Ball Masters on that web client, and this was before Gen Con. That Gen Con, I think it was 2023. So we're getting everything ready. We're going to Indianapolis to play in Gen Con, and they're like, "Hey, we have a big announcement. We don't know what it's gonna be." And everybody's just kind of like, "Hey, we're gonna announce it at Gen Con." By the way, anytime we've gone to an event, the pricing hasn't been worth. So I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been crazy because the Gen Con at 2022 had some really cool pricing. So we are like, "Oh, surely by 2023 we're gonna have some good pricing too." So we got there and we were all sitting down for our rounds because this was a regional. I'm pretty sure Gen Con was a regional.
Yeah.
So we're sitting down and they're like, hey, we have a big announcement before everybody plays, like sit down. and we were just sitting down and we were all looking at the screen like we usually do at like Nats and stuff like that when they ever have a big announcement. And they're like, "Hey, we're starting a new card game, Fusion World," and everyone was like, "Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why in God's green earth would you do that? Like, what is going on?" They're like, "Yeah, check out these new cards and new abilities." And like, my first thing was like, "So is this like gonna be an addition in this game? Is it a new game? Like, what's going on?" And we were actually able to get into the demo. Now, let me tell you, I know this isn't Dragon Ball, but like we were able to get into Fusion World because Loracana was just like packed. That like Loracana was packed.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to play Loracana. And I was just like, I kind of want to try it. Cause like Gen Con is where you kind of just like try out all the new card games and stuff like that. So I was like, hey, can I get into Loracana? They were like, nope, we're all sold out. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna go play Fusion World. I'm gonna see what Fusion World's about. So we sat down and we kind of saw like the same like rules and stuff, but it had removed the counters, the counter plays, and it was just like, whoa, this is like, I mean, it feels like we're starting off from scratch from set one, and you kind of have some more time to like play around. And we had to really get adjusted from playing masters and saying no negates after every attack.
Oh yeah, that was a
Or
big
just we
part.
have to say, well, yeah, like it was just like, oh, there's no negates. So it's just like,
I'll
you
just
got any
take it. I'll
combos?
just
Like
take it
that
up
was like
up
the
the
like
back. I'll just take it up the back, my boy.
yeah, like
Just do
right.
me in.
Like it was insane. But of course, you know, like long story short or anything, but like we, sure enough, we were just like on that ride home, we had to think about what was really going to happen to the game because I was like, there are people who are going to drop out of Masters and they're going to play Fusion World because that's the new like hot thing, and that's some people kind of just like ride the hype, and there's nothing wrong with that because like the hype thing is what's hype, and it definitely like just divided all the players because I saw some players that were doing really good in Masters leaving to go into Fusion World, and they like kind of stuck with Fusion World because Masters isn't, or excuse me, Fusion World isn't as intricate as Masters, since the whole thing that they were telling us in like the bigger like blog post I think I read on Facebook was that there were so many skills they didn't want to animate it in the web client. So it's just like, okay, well, we're going to see a whole bunch of the biggest thing is we're going to see a drop off of players because, I mean, you could try and play both, but, like buying this deck for this game and buying that deck for this game. And, like, it's just technically you're playing two games. You're
Yeah.
like with the same rules. So that was definitely like the great divide there. So it's just like, all right, well, I'm loyal to Masters. I mean, I'll play Fusion World because it's literally like kind of the same game, just not with all the extra stuff on top of it. It's just like seeing that at Gen Con was just like I just scratched my head. I was just like that was an announcement. And we had to sit there and really sit on it. But playing the game, I think it was pretty successful. I think Fusion World, like the art for it is absolutely amazing. Like I have no hate towards Fusion World. I have no hate towards anyone playing Fusion World. All the love for Dragon Ball, realistically, all love for Dragon Ball. So I think once that great divide happened, I was scratching my head, but I was a witness. I was sitting there front row seat when it all started.
Might as well start preaching at the front of why this was a bad idea.
It was just crazy. It was definitely indeed crazy. Like it was something that definitely swept the rug definitely got swept under me because they were like, hey, we got a big announcement. I was like, yo, we're finally getting the Masters client. This is it. And no, we're bringing out a new game. And stunned is what I was the first couple of seconds. Like,
Yeah, I'm going to attribute that the announcement for Fusion Worlds as the reason why I lost my round one of that Nats. But yeah, same thing with the announcement and stuff like that for me. Like I think I had to like cock my head back because I was like sitting to where I had to like turn the chair all the way around. And then when they did say like we were all like speculating like, oh, it's going to be an online client. It's going to be an online client because we were hoping it was going to be an online client like Pokemon, not like completely free as Pokemon, but like just somewhere where we can play online, because I think that was like the big struggle is getting the cards because they were so expensive, like promos. Um and yeah, we just wanted a place online to play the game and test for these regionals. Um so we can continue playing the game. But yeah, they popped that screen up. It said Fusion World, new game. And I'm like, everybody else is screaming, like, oh yeah, like this is amazing. And I'm like, boy, what is y'all screaming for? This is terrible.
like,
Like,
what do you mean? What are you excited about?
Yeah,
What is there to be excited about?
excited to spend some more money. Like, come on now. But yeah, so it was just kind of like a slap in the face. It was just like, bro, like, what are we doing here? Like, and the first speculation in my head was like, is this game dying? Like, why do they need a second game if this game was like super profitable and all this extra stuff? Um, like, why would we milk the IP that bad? And like, my fear for the game is like, I say this multiple times, which you guys might hear me say more than once. Um, is Dragon Ball does not have a lot of characters. Like, if we get to a point where we start having like the giant from like Daima, like in that little side episode, like we might be cooked because like making that a leader would be crazy. Like we already like have like some off characters as like some prominent cards and leaders. Um but I think if it gets to that, that might be nearing the end because there's only I always thought there was only so many Goku leaders that we can make, but apparently we just keep making Goku leaders. But yeah. So after
Is
that,
what sells.
yeah, you're right, it is. And it's the face of it. But yeah, after that announcement, it was kind of just like, dang, do we like keep going on with the game or do we go to Fusion World? And then after that, I think like some life events happened, and it was kind of easy to like push Dragon Ball away for this like reason. So uh after that, I think maybe a year after we started stopped playing completely. And then when Fusion World came out, I think until I waited until the client came to play it, and I enjoy Fusion World. I do enjoy it. Like I spent like tons of hours onto the game and tons of money, like on the first three sets, trying to play it. And then I realized like, wow, like it is very hard to get like a competitive deck with spending like less than $100, and that kind of like burnt me out of like playing because it's just like okay, I literally cannot keep spending money on the digital like part of it because it's so expensive to even have like a competitive deck. Like you get to a certain point to where you go through the play lines over and over again and it's like, oh, I don't have this SR, like I'm just gonna lose because I don't have it, and I just wasted like 30 minutes of my time because Fusion War games and Dragon Ball games in general are just super long. So yeah, that is a the great divide for me.
It was like it's insane. Like I think a lot of people have like different takes on it, but for sure, like sitting there, I was just like, yo, y'all are happy, but like y'all are crazy. If you think this is good for Masters, like it is lots of opinions when it first came out. But I mean, hey, it was new and it was Dragon Ball, so some people just ate it up. So they just ate it up.
80 up, yum yum. But yeah, so let's move on to our last topic of today. We're going to talk about just a competitive scene today. So I think we gave you the past, the present, and I guess this is a present future.
Yeah, something like that, of course. Like, but
So yeah, I think one big thing coming back into the game was seeing the diversity of all the decks that you could pretty much be playing. Um, like having a top 16 where there's 15 different leaders, like is unheard of from when for me started or stopped playing. Because in that time it was like top three leaders it was kind of like a triangle format. Like if anyone remembers the triangle
yeah,
formats,
like 2018 Nats. Like I think that was what Rudigarn, Harudigarn, Frieza, and then I can't remember the third one, but like they literally counted all three decks countered each other. Like I think that was definitely like a beautiful system of mechanics, but all three decks countered each other, and you knew that you would be in for a run for your money if you're playing against like something that wasn't the three decks. Like they were good matches.
yeah. And I don't think those formats were bad. Um, like I think they were enjoyable. Like having a triangle format, it's like you come there to win, you might as well play a meta deck. Like if you're playing rogue, like you're really trying to win, but like you're trying to win against the odds. But playing the triangle like three, it's kind of like I got really skilled at this meta deck, and I'm kind of like gambling if I get my good matchups. But like I have a better advantage if I do well. So I enjoy triangle format just a little bit. Like I can tolerate it, but the stuff that happened in Fusion World at like set two, where it was like just like Goku, I think it was U7, and like that deck would just run you through. And if you were playing any other deck, you had to use every ounce of brain power to like win against it. Those are a little less,
For one match, by the way. For one match.
yeah,
One match.
for one match. Those are a little less enjoyable. I think simply because you have to keep playing the same deck over and over again, and there's like literally zero variety, and you have to play the same way every single time. So, but luckily, Masters right now it's not that. So, uh, have you guys seen like previous on the channel? If you have been watching, if you haven't been watching, go watch the gameplay videos of some of the decks that we've been playing. But we're gonna look at some of the past three regionals that pretty much happened. Um, Let me see this real quick. Wonderful. I think this works. I did not actually stream the thing. Let me stop streaming. But yeah.
Uh,
What are your thoughts on the competitive side while I set this up?
so competitive. Um, I guess more of an outlook on what it was, and I think what I enjoy kind of more now is that best deck or the deck that won the last regional, which we will see. You're gonna see like maybe like not that many promos in it, which I really like. But like the biggest thing about coming from the past is that like you needed your promos for the deck to really function. Like to really play at that level, like it was definitely a money diff because if you didn't have promos in your deck, it was like, oh, well, I feel the power difference.
Yeah,
And
pretty much.
this is definitely one of those games where you need to have like a successful LGS or you need to find a way to acquire promos for you to really play in that competitive scene. So the big thing that I really enjoyed is that like most of these decks kind of run off the gas like from the engine itself. Like you don't need X promo to have, maybe 13, 14 cards in hand. This engine kind of like works on itself and you can kind of like stabilize. And those decks that are kind of a little bit older but do have like the new amount of support, they're not promos attached to it. But there are some decks like I'm looking at Pan where you need those promos, and it's like those promos make a big difference. Haven't really like checked on the scale of like price or anything, but most definitely like the deck that got first place for this core TCG regional, like my favorite Bojack. Let's see if I got him right here. I'm a big Bojack Brigade person. I played him in Budokai Tenkaichi, and I'm a big Bojack Brigader. So when I saw that Bojack was printed in blue, I was on top of it. And then got the whole core for like a pretty cheap actually. Like cuz this was like after we took our break. And I was
Yeah.
just like, all right, I like, I low key I missed the game. Funny enough, I missed the game. It kind of had like that League of Legends effect. Like you can't not play League of Legends like the entire year. I mean, you can quit the game, but like if you're like an avid player and you're taking a break, it's like, all right, well,
Yeah, it's gonna be
I gotta
itching
try
for
it
you to
again.
come back.
I gotta try it again. Like it finds a way to suck you back in because it's like, hey, this is my favorite character have a leader. It does. All right, I'm gonna look into that. And then when I saw, oh yeah, this thing is less than like a $200, I was like, oh, I'm picking this up now. I'm picking this up now because I still had some old cards from that you were able to use before. So
Yeah.
like the deck was pretty affordable to pick up.
Okay. And yeah, I think first thing that I noticed when looking back at these decks is like seeing all these new decks, but also seeing like just a random like old decks, like you were saying the Bojack, like crazy how this deck is still good. What set did this come out of, if you
I can
remember?
I just pulled his leader out, so let me check. Like set
None of these
13.
links. Yeah, 13. We're
Set
on
13.
28. Like my gosh. And then This random
Yeah.
Kefla Surge leader. Like, I wish these deck lists would work was working, but they are not, sadly.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
Well,
random
to be
Kefla
fair,
Surge.
Kefla did just get some support in the anniversary set. So if you kind of see those engines getting some support, they're most likely going to pop up for the most upcoming regional. Like, um, yeah, Kevla actually having some success was a huge surprise to me. I want to build a deck, but now, I mean, hopefully we can get into that talk in like the next episode. But like the promos for those older decks are like the hardest to get. Like you go on to TCG Player and you cannot find those cards. So it's like, hey, I really do want to play this deck, and I think right now, currently, it's kind of like the hardest to really get those cards. Like the anniversary cards, not too hard to get. You know, there's a whole bunch of them. But those promos that came out in like set seven, set six, I think it was. Like there's like a Caulifla and a Kale, like that came out so long ago. And I passed by them because like, no one really cared about them at the time. But now they're having a resurface just because the anniversary box came out, and you don't really know what's gonna come out for the anniversary box. So you kind of just like disregard those cards, and you could either trade them away or you know sell them off.
Yeah.
So those cards are a little bit harder to obtain now.
And actually, my comment about the Goku leaders earlier, um, looking at these top 16s, like you really don't see like that many Gokus compared to it, really. Like in that previous one, I don't think there was a Goku, but in this one, there's like 4 Goku leaders. But um, yeah, there's just like
I mean,
variety.
at a top 16, yeah, top 16, only four Goku leaders. You really gotta love that diversity because if go looking at our past, you remember SS3? SS3 meta, like
Yeah,
everybody
that
was
was
playing
absurd.
SS3 Goku. Everybody was playing SS3 Goku. Like, if you weren't playing SS3 Goku at the time, you were indeed wrong. You were indeed wrong.
Yeah. What else? Talking about white, and how that have an effect on
Ooh,
it. Um, I I like the whole mechanic of like the hidden cards and stuff like that. So I haven't dabbled into it just yet, but that's my next deck that I definitely want to like try out and see how that really fares up, because like there's certain things that like decks just do, like red minuses things, yellow taps things, blue just does blue things like that. It's just godly absurd, and shouldn't be in the game, but that's blue. uh and then green, just I don't think anyone talks about green. We're just not going to say anything about green because nobody cares
I
about
mean,
green.
like,
um
green's all right. It's all right. It's
yeah,
just
it's bad when you got to say
it's
it's
green
I.
is doing what yellow wanted to do. I'm gonna say that green is doing what yellow wanted to do back then. When Flying Nimbus got first printed, it was like, all right, well, only get one card attack, so like, you get to live this turn, I guess. Yeah, that's what green is doing right now. That is
Yeah.
literally what green is doing. It's stalling you out until you like run out of resources.
Mm. And then my beloved black players. Oh gosh. I remember playing it. It's like an up and down, like emotional roller coaster. Like one format, it's giga broken, and then the next format, it's literally the worst like color in the game.
It's
A-
hard balancing blackout, I can say. Like,
And before I stopped playing, black had the hard like nerf of having no like floodgates or viable like counterplays. Like defense was at an all-time low. And now coming back into the game, there's all these like nice little defensive cards for black. So I'm like, what does black like struggle with at this point? So I got to figure out in the testing and playing some more to see how that fares. And if you guys have any, answers to the questions, feel free to comment in the description or comment section below.
please do.
But yeah, overall, I think high hopes for the competitive scene. I think it's literally top tier. I don't know if any other game has done it better than this, and like this has been consistent for the past couple like sets that there's been this many different leaders and stuff in the tops.
I'm really loving the diversity here, and especially with the new color too. Like, it's crazy how they have a new color, and it's already topping. Like, I think maybe they were kind of running off the fact that, not too many people know about it. Not everybody kind of got into it. But I think it's a big power move for a company when they introduce something new and then it's played, everyone kind of likes it. But I think it's an even bigger move when like it's played and then it's actually competitive, viable, and like it has results. Like it's just like, all right, we did good there. We did good there. We added white. It has its new abilities and it's playable. Like
Yeah.
I think
And
that's a big power move.
now that we have black and white, which one's better? I'll leave
Um,
that for you
s-
guys and for
I have
the
I have done a
diversity.
bit of like testing there, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like the overrealm mechanic really low key does kind of like counter white. If I'm correct in the ruling, when you flip over that overrealm card, overrealm checks at the end of turn, but your card is flipped over, so you get
Okay.
to keep that card. Now, I don't want to sound like a bad player and be like, hey, 100%. If anybody knows the rulings, come correct me in the comments. But in my testing, or at least playing so far, I've been like, yo, black is actually a pretty good counter to white. Like, black is a pretty good color against white.
Yeah, if any point we have half this pie chart is black and half this pie chart is white, we might have to rethink some of the ethics in the community.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like I think definitely the state of the game needs to be evaluated. It's like, all right, what is happening? What card did they print to make this happen? We need to fix it.
But yeah, all good things. I think hopefully with the new set that was announced for January, they keep doing their thing. I like the whole release of like less sets, even though they're more expensive, but less sets because there's so much in the game that you can just tinker around with. So yeah, I think the competitive scene is pretty good. Any final thoughts on the competitive scene?
Um, we got Nats coming up, so everybody prepare for that. So I think this is the perfect podcast to throw on your little trip up there. Hopefully, we'll have a couple episodes so y'all can tune in. But I think 100% I'm interested in seeing what's going to be the decks played at December. My biggest hope is like there's going to be a stream or something that we can watch because I think it's been a minute. Like I think the last stream we had was when Gamma 1 and 2 were around, and that was like Gamma SS4. Those decks were doing pretty good. So it's been a minute.
Oh
We
yeah,
since we have like some live coverage of Masters. I really want that.
yeah. We can only hope. But let's see what else. What else? I think that's about it on that front. Um, yeah, I'm interested to keep trying out. And yeah, Nats is on the 5th. We'll have another podcast out 2 weeks before, so maybe we'll talk about nationals there if you guys want that. Once we get our hands back into it, we'll be able to go a little bit more in depth on some of the content. We just gotta, brush the rust off, as they would say, um, and give you guys some more insight. But yeah, this is I think where we will end it for the first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Uh, Hopefully we can be a shining light into the community and make this a little bit easier so more people can join in and so Masters doesn't die like the fear we had in the Great Divide.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Like, that was the biggest thing was, oh, is this game dead? Is Masters dead? That was the question.
yes.
Question of the month for real.
And yeah, so other than that, again, come join us for the events in the Discord. We want to hear you guys talking about the game, planning up about the game. We want to figure out who is really the best at DBS, um, and who is the best teams. So when you do come join the Discord, let us know what team you guys are on. Also on the website, which will be in the description. Eventually, we will have like some singles and stuff up there for you guys. And we'll have some decks if you guys don't want to pay like $70 in shipping to get one deck. So hopefully we can make that a little bit easier for you guys. And we have a lot of other plans in the works. But yeah, when we open up the shop eventually, uh the and Masters is still going, or Fusion World, because if Master dies, we'll do Fusion World. We want it to be one of our main games that we play on the TCG side. So we love it so
Dragon
much.
Ball will be a part of what we do. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we love it that much. we're gonna keep it going. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the week or weekend, whenever you're watching this podcast. And just remember that Jesus has a powerful plan for you, and it actually can help you playing a DBS too, if you really think about it. But other than that, adios, guys. And you can say your outro too, Jalil.
All right, see you guys. I mean, I didn't really have the whole outro plan, but I hope to see you guys there. I'm going to be in the Discord as well. I hope we can find some strong players to really get the competitive side of our webcam locals going on. Um, Anything we haven't already advertised on YouTube, feel free to ask us in the Discord. Like, we're around. Like, we're gonna try and keep the conversation constant on Dragon Ball. And here's to hope. Here's to hoping the Master sticks around for at least another like 2 years, like, or even if even that, because anything with a single announcement can like divide a group and community of players after that big Fusion World announcement. So hopefully they don't drop anything on us in December. So hopefully I'll see you guys coming around on these webcam locals, and I hope to y'all have a wonderful day for sure, because we have definitely a light amongst us when drawing cards. Nothing beats that high of drawing the card that you need in that moment that you needed it. So
Nothing beats it. Why
I
would
hope
you
you
even
guys
do
have that.
drugs?
Right, the best high.
But yeah, again, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.
See y'all.